Presented by Listen Headlines. Latest financial news from trusted sources. Updating daily noontime New York City. Daily FX market news.
March 27. 11 o'clock America New York. Weekly fundamental U.S. dollar forecast. Rate hike odds buoy the buck. U.S. Treasury yields continue to rise in accordance with rapidly escalating Fed rate hike odds, underpinning U.S. dollar strength.
Daily FX market news.
March 27, 11 o'clock America New York, weekly fundamental U.S. dollar forecast, rate hike odds buoy the buck. U.S. Treasury yields continue to rise in accordance with rapidly escalating Fed rate hike odds, underpinning U.S. dollar strength.
Wall Street Journal markets.
March 27, 10 o'clock America New York, Yandex, Russia's internet giant, struggles to dodge geopolitics. Dubbed Russian Google, the country's largest search engine and ride-hailing service wants to shed media assets to avoid inevitable political questions following Kremlin's invasion of Ukraine.
Wall Street Journal U.S. Business.
March 27, 10 o'clock America New York. Capital spending boom helps raise productivity, contain costs. Spending on technology soars as businesses adjust to higher wages and remote work.
Global Economy, March 27, 9:24 America New York, Stop Press. End of an era as the FT's own print site closes. In a world of fast-changing digital news, the industrial printing presses feels like a world left behind.
Wall Street Journal markets.
March 27, 9 o'clock America New York, war in Ukraine reveals flaws in sustainable investing. For people who prided themselves on their socially conscious investing, the Ukraine war has revealed fundamental flaws in ESG investing, as the right thing to do before Russia invaded has suddenly switched.
Daily FX market news.
March 27, 8 o'clock America New York, Nasdaq 100, Dow Jones, S&P 500 forecast, 2-week win streak at risk as PCE, NFPs near. The Nasdaq 100 saw its best 2-week rise since the early 2000s. Bust, the S&P 500 and Dow Jones followed. The road ahead remains tough with US PCE and non-farm payrolls data in focus.
Marginal Revolution.
March 27, 7:22 America New York, how to get tough on crime. Republicans attack judges for being soft on crime, but judges mostly determine sentence lengths, and as Jason Willick argues in the Washington Post, sentences lengths are long and making them longer probably won't help.
Global Economy.
March 27, 7 o'clock America New York, will OPEC increase oil output as Russia disruption lifts prices? Market questions as the FT's guide to the week ahead.
Wall Street Journal markets.
March 27, 7 o'clock America New York, 5 ways muni investors can navigate a rising rate environment. With expectations of more Fed rate increases, municipal bond prices have grown increasingly volatile.
Global Economy.
March 27, 6 o'clock America New York, expectations grow that Fed will deploy jumbo-size rate rises. Economists project U.S. central bank to pick up pace of tightening in the face of worst inflation in 4 decades.
New York Times Business.
March 27, 5 o'clock America New York, Chris Wallace says life at Fox News became unsustainable. As he starts a new streaming show at CNN, the longtime TV anchor reflects on his decision to leave Fox News after 18 years. I just no longer felt comfortable with the programming at Fox, Mr.
BBC News. Business.
March 27, 4:22 America New York. Canada pledges to help countries stop using Russian oil. Canada says it can provide more oil, gas and uranium to help solve the global energy crisis.
BBC News Business.
March 27, 4:22 America New York. Canada pledges to help countries stop using Russian oil. Canada says it can provide more oil, gas and uranium to help solve the global energy crisis.
Marginal Revolution.
March 27, 3:51 America New York, My Hour on Danish TV. And here is the podcast version. The post My Hour on Danish TV appeared first on Marginal Revolution. Related stories: what Operation Warp Speed didn't and can't do. Pakistan fact of the day: Emergent Ventures winners, 18th cohort.
New York Times Business.
March 27, 3 o'clock America New York, philanthropists push police searches of DNA databases. When the police can't afford to solve cold cases, deep-pocketed donors can.
Armstrong Economics.
March 27, 009 America New York, Zelensky, who is pulling his strings? Comment number 1. Thank you for trying to tell the truth about Zelensky. He is not defending his own people. We elected him because he promised the opposite. Why does the West only listen to this traitor?
New York Times Business.
March 27, 008 America New York, China plane crash, second black box, is found, officials say. The cause of the crash of China Eastern Flight 5735, which killed 132 people on Monday, remains unknown. Recovering debris from the China Eastern Flight 5735 crash site in the Guangxi region of southern China on Thursday.
Armstrong Economics.
March 27, 001 America New York, Trudeau the Tyrant, roasted in the EU Parliament. The post-Trudeau the Tyrant, roasted in the EU Parliament first appeared on Armstrong Economics.
BBC News Business.
March 26, 2038 America New York, Ukraine War. Chernobyl's vodka producer remains defiant. A company that produces Chernobyl's atomic vodka releases new products, donating profits to Ukraine's refugees.
BBC News Business.
March 26, 2038 America New York, Ukraine War. Chernobyl's vodka producer remains defiant. A company that produces Chernobyl's atomic vodka releases new products, donating profits to Ukraine's refugees.
BBC News Business.
March 26, 2000 America New York, Sizewell C nuclear power station, government to take 20% stake. French developer EDF will also take a 20% stake in the £20 billion power station at Sizewell, in Suffolk.
BBC News Business.
March 26, 2000 America New York, Sizewell C nuclear power station, government to take 20% stake. French developer EDF will also take a 20% stake in the £20 billion power station at Sizewell, in Suffolk.
Armstrong Economics.
March 26, 1808 America New York, Biden confirms this as World War III. This tweet by Biden has effectively confirmed we are entering World War III and this is intentional. The sales point is this is democracy, which we do not have otherwise the people would be voting on war or peace, not his staff, and autocracy, which in this case is no different.